Everyone, this is Gitanjali Singh and this is the second part of ADM Jabalpur. In this video, we'll talk about the judgment and the strong opinionated dissenting view of Justice H.R. Khanna. The majority ruling was pronounced by 4 judges while H.R. Khanna delivered a powerful dissent. The court held that given the presidential order dated 27 June 1975, no person has any locus standi to move any writ petition under Article 226 before a High Court for habeas corpus or any other writ or order or direction to challenge the legality of any order of detention on the ground that the order is not under or in compliance with the Act or is illegal or is violated by a malefice factual or legal or is based on extraneous consideration. The court also upholds the constitutional validity of Section 16A subclause 9 of NISA Act. Four-judge was of opinionated that government whether the during the time of emergency if any action is taken by government whether it is arbitrary or illegal its action cannot be questioned. This is because in such circumstances the government safeguards the life of the nation by using its extraordinary power which are provided to them as emergency and is also an extraordinary factor to look after the nation. Therefore, as liberty is a gift of law, it can also be fortified by the law. Justice Ray has also said that any pre-constitution rights which are now included in Article 21 do not remain in existence and cannot be enforced if Article 21 is suspended. He held that fundamental rights, including the right of personal liberty, are conferred by the Constitution. Any pre-constitution rights which is sole repository of the rights to personal liberty against the state. Any claim to a writ of habeas corpus for enforcement of Article 21 becomes barred by the presidential order under Article 359. He further observed that where any right which existed before the commencement of the Constitution has been incorporated in Part 3rd, the common law right would not exist under the Constitution. Now, the most important part of the judgment was the dissenting view of Justice H.R. Khanna from the majority, that a dissent that costed him the position of the Chief Justice of India. He was second in line of the Chief Justice of India, but he was not been made the Chief Justice of India. He disagreed with the position of the majority that Article 21 can be suspended by the declaration of emergency. He held that if the right to enforce Article 21 is suspended, then there would be no remedy against deprivations of person's life or liberty by the state, even though such deprivation might be without the authority of law or even in flagrant violation of the provisions of law. Observing that such possession would be against the rule of law, Justice Khanna noted that without any such sanctity of life or liberty, the distinction between a lawless society and one governed by law would cease to have any meaning. Further, he also held that the right to not to be deprived of one's life or liberty without the authority was not the creation of the Constitution. Such right existed before the Constitution came into the force. And even in the absence of Article 21 in the Constitution, the state has got no power to deprive a person for his life or liberty without the authority of law. Article 21 is not the sole repository of the right of personal liberty. Such a right not only follows from common law but it also flows from a statutory law like penal law in force of India. It must be noted that while before the 44th constitutional amendment, the President had the power to suspend enforcement of all fundamental rights conferred by Part 3 of the Constitution, but after the post 44th constitutional amendment, enforcement of Article 20 and Article 21 cannot be suspended. The conclusion of this judgment in the habeas corpus case has been widely criticized for favoring the state instead of standing up for individual liberty. H.M. Sirwai termed the judgment so bizarre that if Justice Khanna was arrested for giving the dissent, he would not have had any remedy to secure his liberty. Immediately after emergency ended, the Supreme Court changed its stance by giving Article 21 a permanent character in addition to the linking the right provided in Article 21 with the rights provided in Article 14 as well as 19. The majority judgment in this case is guilty of aiding and abetting the lust of power that the state apparatus at that time displayed. Commenting the majority ruling in this case, Justice Venkachilya, in his in his Khanna's memorial lecture of 2005 stated that the majority decision in the emergency case could be confined to the dustbin of the history, and it is very hard to argue with his assessment. A famous Dr. Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, while overruling ADM Jabalpur case judgment, said, when histories of nation are written and critiqued, there are judicial decisions at the forefront of liberty. Yet others have to be consigned to the archives reflective of what was but should never have been. This case was overruled in the case of K.S. Puttaswamy versus Union of India of 2017, and Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, writing with three other judges, Justice J.S. Khekar, Justice R.K. Agrawal, and Justice S. Abdul Nazir, held that ADM Jabalpur case was flawed. Justice Nariman and Justice Kaul also categorically overruled the decision in ADM Jabalpur. The majority, in almost echoing Justice Khanna, they observed, no civilized state can contemplate an encroachment upon life or personal liberty without the authority of law. Neither life or liberty are bounties confined by the state, nor does the Constitution create these rights. The right of life has existed even before the advent of the Constitution, and in recognizing the right, the Constitution does not become the sole repository of the right. With this, the judiciary has attempted to bury the darkest chapter of its own history, but only will tell whether it has been finally buried or not. That was all. Thank you.